Welcome to the FX Masterclass, and my name is Ernest Rowe. This topic is the reassembly of the Wildcat MKIII. Let's get started. Now we're going to start out with the block. We're going to put the valve pin in. Because everything evolves around it, you need to get it in. If you don't, you're going to create some rework. Anyway, all right, put the valve pin. Make sure you got a new O-ring on it. We got a little handy dandy tool here. So we can press it in. All right. All right, when you feel like it felt like it going in, kind of double verify it. When the seat is fully seated in its bore. Yep. Now, the next one is the valve pin. Spring. Your spring retainer, the black retainer there, goes inside. And there's the O-ring already in here. All right, insert. And it should be loose, screwing it in prior to compressing the O-ring. If it doesn't, you're jamming it in there. Yeah, hand tight. Then you get your 11 mil. Snug it up a little bit. And next, we're going to put the whole cocking rod and the probe assembly. All right. You're going to slide it in. Got to line the probe to the bore. Kind of cycle it. It's good. Now get your whole front assembly, scope rail and clamps. Insert right here. Cocking handle goes into. All right, we're going to leave it there. Now we're going to assemble the air tube. Make sure you're on the regulator side. There's a reg vent hole. And you gotta know the brass piece goes towards action. Align your reg adjustment screw right here with the reg adjustment screw hole on the tube. Kind of visually look at them. Make sure they're kind of aligned. All right. Slide it in. You got to do it slowly because they won't go. See, it goes in. After the O-ring goes slower. You see, I kind of missed it. Now, get your tool to turn it counterclockwise. Oh. Turn the whole reg. Watch it. See how it lines up? All right. Now you put your spacer or your plenum. Your end cap. Just hand tight. All right, make sure you verify your reg screw still aligned. Now we're going to put the end cap back in. The front fill assembly. On your check valve, all right, you want to screw this all the way in and back out a half a turn. Right there. All right. Bottomed out and back out about a half a turn. This is your check valve. If you close too much on there, you're going to limit how much you're going to fill. All right. I'm going to screw on the tube. Now we're going to tighten down your gauge. I believe it's loose. That's how we bled it off last time. And tight. Place your dust cover on. Now get ready to slide it in. Because everything needs to be sturdy before we can make our measurements. Just hand tight. Now I'm going to put the barrel on. Probe pointing down. We don't want to lock the barrel down yet because we're going to preset the length. All right. Right this way, I'm right-handed. All right, there. Now we can move this forward assembly because we need to set the depth between scope rail to the action. Need a mic. We need to hit at least 75 mil. We just set it at 75 and we'll push the breech into it. 75.01. All right, now I gotta spread it. Now kind of push scope rail in. There. A little more. All right, 75. Now gently flip it over and tighten the scope clamp down. Kind of seesaw back and forth. Kind of verify a little bit. All right, still there. Yeah, we're gonna assemble the trigger assembly and a hammer inside. What you do, you want to get the hammer and a hammer weight in. Well, mostly it's the hammer weight, but I like to insert both at the same time. Because we want it inside there because you want the shear to be in front of the hammer. Now, shear in this position, going down. Now, it's a really precision hole pin going through this really tight hole, right? So you got to fish for it. Usually a hole in this position and try to meet them up together. Well, get the pin through there with the action hole. You put light tension on the pin, it keeps it stationary so you can move it around. All right, when it goes in, pin goes in. Now we want to put safety stop pin, so one in the middle, right there in the middle one. All right. Now, this L bracket for this trigger need to be in, but we need to, this little spring here, is very small, but it goes, there's a little seat for it inside here. It's not anodized, little hole it goes in and sit. Then it will sit in this little slot here for it. Line them up and compress the spring and pushing the whole assembly forward, hold it in this position and pin it. There. All right. Now we could assemble the top portion of the trigger. The spring goes to the back side of the shear. Just like that. Go in. Push it down. Align the pin to the lower shear, the Pac-Man. There. The trigger system's in place. We want to measure the probe stroke forward so you can line up the transport hole on the probe and the transport on the action. To do that, we'll need 33 mil. When we get that measurement, all right, we'll lock it down like this. The bolt supposed to be closed. When we get that 33 mil, we'll tighten up these two grub screws here for the bolt. It's going to be on or about 33. See, you can compress it. All right. Now, when you're compressing it, the depth to the action is flush. That's when you tighten it down. I can do this with this gun floating around like this. Let's see. We gotta be coordinated here. Let's see. Push it like that. Tighten it down. Just time one down for now. Kind of verify a little bit. It's going in and out smoothly. Usually, the original grub screw has a little marking, divot on the rod. You can align it that way without going 33. All right. Usually, from the factory, it's spot on. You just kind of remove one set screw. You can peek down a hole and see where the original set screw was sitting before. Then I'll put the little Loctite on this thread and tighten it down. Then remove the other one. Apply blue Loctite in that one. Tighten it down. All right. Now you're going to assemble the power wheel and hammer together. Now insert your hammer spring, your hammer spring adjuster. This little nut here, it goes into this little slot here. And it goes in this position. All right. Just like that, you see it? See how it goes in? It all goes in one way. All right. And make sure you have your little ball bearing still in place, little screw. You kind of gotta eyeball it where the ball bearing is going to sit and the screw where it's going to screw. All right, go in. Gotta hold the back side, prevent the screw from really going in. When they're lined up, they go flush. You're compressing the spring, keeping the ball in place. Now you tighten it down. All right. Now we could cycle the trigger. Or cycle, make sure you hear the indent on the power wheel. Nice and smooth, not too tight, not too light. All right, safety. All right, safety works when it's cocked. So we'll cock it. It cocks. If you didn't have your 33 mil distance, usually it's not going to cock on you. All right. Verify that there is a second stage. It hits the second stage and goes off. When it's cocked, operate the safety, goes on fire and safe. And put it on safety and try to fire it. Make sure it doesn't fire. Okay, safety works. Put it on fire. Decock it. All right. Now we'll put this piece here, the stock screws onto. Oops. All right, flip it over. Put the cheek rest in there. Well, first, remember I didn't really tighten down the barrel. I make sure the brass transport in the barrel, the shoulder here is flush with the action, not protruding too much. If it does protrude, it will hit the magazine and can't go in. Usually when I set these, I put the magazine in, the magazine fits in and out smoothly. Then I tighten down the grub screw for the barrel. Lock it down. All right, now it's cheek rest. Oop. Now, final test. This is the stock align. All right. Always use your finger to start the threads. Especially this rear one, they're easy to cross thread if you're not right on. There you go, Wildcat MKIII fully assembled. If you have any questions or comment, leave a note down below, and I'll do my best to help you out. Until then, we'll catch you next video.